Hello, everybody. Welcome to the open mic. I am Richard from the Chabla Show, your host, and we are doing a Chabla Show live, an open mic in front of this audience. They love me. I know they love me. So our next topic is something that is so I guess people they don't talk about this, but let's talk about it because you're gonna learn something. It's about the Chabla Show is about you learning something. So that's my guarantee you're gonna learn something from me. So let's start off. How to get a girl. Instead of googling or go to Jersey, I'm here right here. You can just ask me anything you want. I have millions of experience. I was in the dinosaur days, but there was only one girl, so I have the experience because I'm an old man, so I'm a dino man. So let's start off the approach. You go to a bar, you see a girl there, drinking her, I guess, her beer, it could be a Corona, a Buzz Light, or anything, any beer there, or maybe her margarita. She's just, there alone. You approach there with a smooth thing, and you could be like, honey, do you have a library card? And boom, and then she start asking what is that? What the hell is a library card? Oh, girl, you never see a library card? And then, you pull out your wallet, you give it to her, and they be like, oh, look, you use a library card to get a book. I don't use that. Why don't use that? I could just go to Amazon or something like that. Oh, yeah, you need to go back to the old dinosaur days when we used to have party cards. And then you go and buy her a drink, bam, put a pause, and then that's it. You get her attention, you start talking to her, asking how she's doing, what's her favorite book. That's the way you do it. That's step one. Now the next thing you want to do is, while you're there, maybe let me try a little bit of Spanish. Maybe there's some Spanish speaker because I kind of went American. I'm Jhonny for you. I don't think you want. Let's make a little switch. Let's do a little bit of Spanish now. So once you're there, you'll be like, my friend in Richard Plaza, I own hotels, I own chickens, I have my own security guard, and I'm pretty sure she'll be like, oh my god, her mind will be like, oh my god, I think he knows like a Brad Pitt. Oh my god, he's so charming. He has hotels. Oh my god, he has his own chicken, his own security guard. Oh my god, he's so amazing. Yeah, no, it's amazing. I have my own, the Plaza Hotel, New York. I have that. I have a chicken in Brooklyn, and also, my house. I have security guard 24/7, so they'll take care of me. That's definitely the spot. That's when the girl's like, what, this guy got money. It's amazing. You make her laugh, and then the third thing you want to do will be like, make her laugh. Let's do a little bit American. Let's switch it off. Let's do a little American. Be like, what? Let's say her name is Maria. She's in the bar next to you. Having a margarita, and you have a Corona, and make her laugh. You could be like, oh, honey, I want to be your meatball, so I could be your spaghetti, or be like, oh, honey, I want to make the milk with a coffee. Or make it Spanish. Be like, Maria, I want to be the hot dog in your van, and then you skull it up. You bring a little up, you make her laugh a little bit, and then part 4, that's when it comes, when you finally figure out if she really wants you. So be like Jhonny boy, make an excuse, be like, oh honey, I really have to go. It's because my dog is sick because I left it with a babysitter. So I'm sorry, I'm gonna leave you in the napkin my number so you could call me right away. And then she will maybe call you maybe because you were funny, or maybe because you were sarcastic. Maybe you want to like Ricardo, you know, talking about he being rich, because she's definitely gonna call you no matter what. That's how you get a girl, you know. And then if when she finally, you know, let's say that after a couple days, she finally calls you, and you know, let's let's be like Spanish. Let's see like someone like Ricardo, you know, he can't afford it, and then you know she finally calls you, be like, hello, and this is Ricardo, and you'll be like, yeah, my friend, yeah, I did Ricardo, who talking? I'm like, oh yeah, we met in the bar, so you know, I was wondering if we could hang out, and then you'll be like, you know what, let's go to McDonald's, Ricardo, tell her, yeah, let's go to McDonald's, it's okay, it's affordable, we could go out. That kind of date is like, she's probably like imagining that you have money, that you could afford anything. So that's definitely could be an easy way. If she leaves, that means that she's not good for you. That means that love will come in once in one day. So if she leaves after you go to McDonald's with her, that means that she's not worth it. Alright guys, thank you so much for the Challenge Your Life open mic. I'll see you next time for another episode, and follow me in all platforms, and I'll see you next time.